default calendar doesn't have an option for the Eastern Orthodox calendar or any of the Asian calendars, or even the Hebrew calendar. So I don't. Or the Julian calendar, where the Julian calendar is used in Eastern Orthodox settings. So this is more about the format of the calendar than actually being able to choose other calendars to work with. I mean, Tableau is an American company. American companies are not known to be sort of widely inclusive of other cultures. So, I guess we shouldn't be surprised that they don't have a large variety of calendars in there. Or like, for example, the Eritrean calendar is another example of a calendar. And we can override our date. So I can even put in a custom style of date using, Tableau does have the documentation for the shorthand, but I can, for example, do the Canadian standard, which is year, month, day, put this in, and it should update this. There we go. Right, so there's an example of this. I'm going to keep this for now just because it's kind of succinct and easy to read. And what I want to do is I want to add columns that actually contain the values that I'm looking for. So the first function I want to illustrate is going to be date add. So we're going to do add some time. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a parameter. Create a parameter. Where's my create? A parameter, and I'm going to call it months, and let's do an integer display format, current value, and a range. I want the minimum to be 1, the maximum to be 12, and the step size to be 1. And actually, I want to add 0. 0 to 12. Yeah, we'll do 0 to 12 months because that'll take us into the next year. And we can actually let's see what we can do. We can do next. What? No, that's fine. Yeah. We'll do step size of 1. So months to add. Say OK. Now let's create a calculated field on observed date. Create a calculated field. There we go. And we're going to do add months. And what we will do is we will use date add. And so remember what I said? We can add a specific type of interval, right? So we take an actual time, and then we add some specific type of units to it. We're adding months, so we're going to put in month. That's the date part we're adding, and then the actual interval, like how much we're adding, is going to be our parameter. So it's going to be months to add, and finally we're going to have the actual observed date. Okay.
So this will add the months in the actual date.
Yep. Let's watch what it does. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do, and I want the day, and let's make it discrete. So this is the first one we want to do. So let's show the parameter control to see what this does. Show the parameter control, and I'm going to set it to 0. Right? Matches the date, which is what we wanted. Now if I set this back, it's going back in time, right? I've subtracted 6 months. If I subtract 12 whole months, it should take me into the previous year, right? So I've gone from 1983 back to 1982 because I've subtracted 12 months from October. So I'm going to set this forward to subtract 8 months because that's what we were using before. And the next column I want to display is the next column I want to display is the I wonder if I can do it this way. No, I don't want to do it that way. That's the next column I want to display is going to be the date truncate. Any questions about how adding months, for example, works? You can change this to adding days. So this will just, if I change this to days, day, and I hit OK, you can see now it's only subtracting 8 days, right? And I can add 12 whole days, which takes me 12 plus 15 is 27. Okay, so that's, but now I'm not actually doing what I said I wanted to do. You can play around with the different units that you can, the different units to add. I'm going to stick with month, just so we can see exactly what we're doing. Now the next one I want to do is I'm going to date truncate to the start of the year. So we're going to create that on top of day of season. Edit. No, I don't want to edit it. I want to create a new one. Create a calculated field called start of year. And this is where I'm going to demonstrate what date truncate does. So date truncate. And we need a date part. So what is the date part doing? It's we'll start with truncating to the start of the month. Demonstrate that. Actually, we'll start by looking at the quarter. We'll truncate to the start of the quarter, and we have to pick a date, and it's going to be the day of the season. Oh no, it's going to be our add months. So let's see what start of the quarter does. What we can see is that it took, so first off we'll add 0 months. Because I'm not showing quarter. So I'm going to pull start of year over as well as a text. And now I need to make these into, I have to find a way to make these into columns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the measure values, measure names trick. So where are my measure names? Here are my measure names. And my measure values is going to be my text. And I'm going to take this and drop it in here. And I'm going to make it an attribute.